Travis Kelce's future, and I decided to reach out to source say who know, and like, hey, what's the are we still are we playing next year to my source says, and a message was my dog exclamation point 3 source say says, I'm coming back for sure, going to try and get the best shape I've been this off-season and get back to the mountaintop. Got a real bad taste in my mouth with how I played that last game and how I got the guys ready for battle. I can't go out like that. Exclamation point. Exclamation point, and guess what, one more exclamation, wow, huge. Okay, so that's the Travis Kelce future conversation, so he's probably coming back. I think he can probably think say, I think you could Travis Kelce is coming back to play football yet again, and I think he had that idea I would assume before the Super Bowl whenever he did a media day said in 3 years I see myself playing football yet, but then with the way that game goes knowing that he is an Ohio guy who's a football guy. With how everything has gone and what his career has been, remember the Chiefs weren't always good when he was on that team, had to persevere. He had to continue, grow, evolve. He got better as a player, human, I would assume he predict as a professional everything, and then he's gotten to the point now where he's in GOAT conversations with anybody that's talking about tight ends. That's a situation that doesn't happen to many players in the history of game, and obviously he has represented our sport fantastically while dating the most famous person on earth. Yeah, we love Travis. Now, obviously, whenever you're in the public, there are going to be things that are going to come out from people's mouths that aren't as positive all the time. There's going to be reasons for people to hate Travis Kelce. There's going to be reasons for people to hate the Kansas City Chiefs. There's going to be reason for people to hate Taylor Swift, even though a lot of it makes no sense to me. Sometimes if you're just on the top of the mountain, people are going to throw rocks at things that shine, shout out Taylor Swift for that particular quote. But what you can't deny is the greatness of Travis Gio. You can't deny that he is one of one. You can't deny that he is an anomaly. You can't deny that the guy loves ball, fully committed, and in the Andy Reid accountability-driven type building. I don't think enough credit is given about this guy being a dap absolute dog day in out, showing up to work, already great, already rich, has a resume, already in a Hall of Fame, and it's like he's a guy that loves ball and, we love Travis. I'm excited to see him get back on the field, get in the best shape that he's been. I'm excited to see what that means, because a lot of people think he could potentially get distracted by Taylor. I think he gets motivated by Taylor, sure, yes. I think like those two being together makes them both want to continue, grow, and get even better. I'm excited to see what he looks like coming back next year, yeah. And look what they do every offseason, the Kansas City Chiefs, they reload, I assume after the game there were probably some thoughts like, hey, if Rashid Rice is out on that field, if we are fully healthy, and no team by the time they get to the Super Bowl is fully healthy, but I assume those thoughts creep in. He just started kind of coaching Rashid Rice up like he was off to a historic start for the Kansas City Chiefs. Rashid Rice, before you know he was out for the season. Then even just look at his brother, when brother Jason lost the Super Bowl to Chiefs, he came back for a year, obviously. Last year the Eagles lose to Bucks in the first round. He ends up retiring. I bet Jason Kelce probably wish he didn't retire. He open about it. Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those things too, when if you were to talk the closest people around him, I bet their advice would be like, hey, why the hell would you retire? You guys are still in prime position to go back to the Super Bowl. It's not like after that loss they're going to completely crumble. They still have Mahomes. It's still Andy Reid. Their team is still unbelievable. Guys want to go to Kansas City and ring chase and kind of be in the conversation as one of those top 4 teams in the league, and it feels like the Chiefs are going to be right back where they were last year, and Kelce being in the best shape of his life, I'm sure they're going to be even better, and they were the 1 seed, so who knows. We talked about how everybody said they were playing bad as being the chip on this team that's in the middle of a dynastic run, back-to-back world champions, and then people are saying this team's not good, this team's not good, all that does, and I think AJ brought it up when he was their Super Bowl week at Radio Row. He is on a cruise right now for Ohio State in the middle of Caribbean. He'll be back next week. But he chit CCH about how all people that are saying you hate the Chiefs and you think they're bad and all that stuff like you are their motivation. Like when those guys get to the top of mountain, they're trying to find chips put on the shoulder. So now getting your ass beat in the bigger stage, that is your state. The Super Bowl has become your residency, and play bad, get your ass beat, people chirp loud. It's like there's almost like I assume resurgence that's about to happen in that city building. Do you feel the same, Mad Mel? Yeah, without a doubt. And then also people on top of it are cherry-picking plays from the game when they're getting killed and saying, oh, this guy doesn't care anymore, this guy doesn't want to play hard anymore. And I think a big part of it too is they talk about, hey, the media aspect, he's going to be able to get whatever job he wants. He's going to be on whatever pregame desk he wants. He's in the next, Happy Gilmore movie, all that kind of stuff. So why would you play? You're going to be one of the biggest stars on planet. All that stuff's still going to be there. Okay, this guy isn't going to wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden not be able to play football anymore, not want to play football anymore. I think you mentioned it's a big part of it. You date someone like Taylor Swift. You're not just, riding coattails and saying, oh, she's a billionaire I'm going to be able to do nothing, and you know he's very wealthy on his own, but you see how hard she works touring everywhere, having 150-200 shows a year, go to every single continent if you're in love with someone, and you're around someone all the time, like guess what, that's reigniting that fire in your own body to say, hey, you know what, like economy I could be a